Hey gang, Stuart here. This is part 3 in my 8-part series on exploring the select menu in Audacity, so let's get to it. So in Audacity, we're talking about the select menu again. This time we're talking about region, the region submenu, and today we're just going to talk about the top half of that menu, so these first 5 options above the separation line, and we'll get to the other 2 in the next edition. So we're going to start with left at playback position, and the shortcut for that is the square bracket, the left square bracket. So if we're in a track in Audacity and we use that menu option, select region left at playback position, it pops up this little dialog that asks us where we want the left end of the selection boundary to appear. So let's say we want it at the 2-second mark here. We can look on the timeline and see that that's there. I can just type in 2000 and hit enter, and it opens up the selection so that the left end is at that point. Okay, and the same way for the right end, right? Select region right at playback. Select region right at playback position, or use the right square bracket. If we do that, pops up a similar dialog that asks us where we want the right end of the selection boundary to be. So let's say I want that one to be at 4.5. And that's how I can get a very precise selection. It's also a way to make a selection of a specific size from the current location. So either way, if you hit left or right, I'm just going to use right now. The dialog pops up with our current location. So if I know I want to select half a second from my current position, I can just move over to the tens place to the right of the decimal, type a 5, hit enter, and there's my half-second selection. So those are pretty handy. So select left at playback position, right at playback position. Okay. The next 2 are complementary: track start to cursor and cursor to track end. So here's our cursor position. If I do select region, track start to cursor, the shortcut is Shift J. So track start to cursor will select from the beginning of the current track to the position that the cursor is at. Okay. And similarly, if I do select region cursor to track end, it will select from my current position to the end of the track. And notice that it picks up all the clips in that track. So even if there's dead space, it won't go to the end of the current clip. It will go to the end of the track. And similarly, the shortcut for that one was Shift K, and the shortcut for track start to cursor is Shift J. Okay. I like to think of those in terms of going from the cursor either to the end of the track or the beginning of the track. So Shift J takes me to the beginning of the track, and Shift K takes me to the end of the track. Right. Okay, so next up we have on the region menu track start to end, and the shortcut for that is S. Well, start to end simply means select the entire track. So we can do that in the menu, the long way around, track start to end, and it selects the entire track from beginning to end. It's the same as we saw in an earlier edition in this series, where if you click anywhere in the track control panel that doesn't have a other control on it, it selects the whole track. This does the same thing, and the shortcut key of S is a really quick and easy way of doing that. Okay, so I really like the shortcut. That's it for this top half of the region menu. Next time we're going to take a look at store selection and retrieve selection, which sound a little self-explanatory, but we'll give them a quick look anyway. I'm Stuart. Hope this helps.